So what is up, everybody? So Mastermind Tech here, bringing you another video. So today I'm actually going to be taking a look at this SSD here. I bought it off Amazon. It was about $25. We're going to be upgrading my mom's old Core 2 Duo laptop, and I want to see if putting in this cheap SSD in it makes a lot of a difference. It takes a long time to load into the operating system for day-to-day use, and she doesn't like it. So instead of buying a new computer, buy one of these cheap SSDs and seeing if installing this would make any difference. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Alright guys, so right here we have, this is my mom's laptop. So we're going to go ahead and put the SSD in. But first I want to actually show you guys how long it takes to boot. So I'm going to put a timer on the screen. Alright, so there's it booted. So it looks like it took maybe around a minute to boot up into the desktop so that I'm able to click on things, but just to open up any of the icons it does take a while in order for anything to open up. Like I'll bring up Google Chrome here. So you can see here, it's taking a really long time just to load the web page. There's nothing on this computer. The drive is quite new. I reinstalled Windows recently, but there it is. So yeah, I reinstalled Windows recently onto this drive, but I think the drive is just really old and it's just not functioning really great. So I'm going to be changing it out for the SSD and reinstalling Windows to it. So I'm going to put, the next part is going to be me changing out the hard drive in this. Alright, so now I'm going to change out the old hard drive that's in here and put in the SSD. So I'm going to be using my handy dandy iFixit toolkit in order to take the other hard drive out. This is actually a really good toolkit, got it for a really good deal. Let's go ahead and turn this over and take out the hard drive. Luckily in this one it's actually really easy to do. So go ahead. Alright, so on this laptop you got to take out the battery in order to get to the hard drive, which is actually located here. So go ahead and we'll pop out the battery. Then we shall open up my toolkit. We're going to take out the driver, and we're going to need probably a regular size screwdriver. The lid on this is actually a good screw holder, so we're going to use that to hold the screws if any come out. I don't think so, but if they do. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take out, oh actually, you actually don't need to take out all these panels. You just need to take out the one for the hard drive. I thought you needed to take them all off. So we'll go ahead and we will take this off right here. So we'll take off this panel here, and that's where the hard drive is. So we're just going to take out the 3 screws. It's really good too because it's magnetized, so it helps get screws out. Alright, then we're just going to pull back on the hard drive using this tab. Hard drive should come right out. So on this hard drive, I do have to take out these 4 screws that are holding it into this base. So let me take those out. Got to remember on this which orientation the hard drive went in. It's actually upside down, going in this way. So we just need to remember that when we put in the new drive. This old hard drive is only a 320 gig hard drive, but she's going to a 120 with that SSD, but it's still a lot faster than this. So. Alright, so all 4 screws are out. All I do is just lift off the old drive. Remember, upside down, facing this way. We'll go ahead and take out the SSD. Alright, so here's going to be the SSD. So I'm going to go ahead and screw it into the old chassis for the other hard drive. So just the same screws that were originally in this drive. We're just going to screw them in to the side since this hard drive is the same size as the other one. So we're just going to screw all 4 of these in. You see how magnetized this is? The screws on the end of this and it's now falling off. It's actually a really good screwdriving set. Alright, so all 4 screws are now in for this hard drive. So we're just going to put the hard drive back in, push it forward so it locks into position, and then re-put the other 3 screws that we originally took out into it. Alright, and then once all 3 of those screws are back in there, I'm going to go ahead and put the hard drive cover back on. Alright, once the hard drive cover is back on, we will go ahead and we will stick back in the battery. Just don't want any damage from having the battery in it while everything's on. Normally you always want to do that before you do anything on the inside of a laptop. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and plug the power back into this. Alright, and then I also use the Windows Media Creation tool in order to make a flash drive. My flash drive is really messed up, in order to put Windows 10 onto it. So we're going to stick it into the laptop, boot to this flash drive, and install Windows 10 on it. You can see the reflection of the tripod in the screen. But I'm just going to boot to that flash drive and then let's just install Windows. Alright, so we're just going to hit next on this. We're going to install now. Alright, where it says I don't have a, where it asks for a product key, I'm just going to hit I don't have one. I've already activated this with Windows 10 already. Did have Windows 7 previously, so it does activate for Windows 10. Just hit I don't have one. It's going to be Windows 10 Home. Alright, I hit accept the license terms. Nobody ever reads those. I'm going to go here. We're going to click on, so on this last page you hit custom install. And we're going to make sure we're clicked on the SSD, which is the only hard drive in here. We're going to hit next. And then we're going to allow for the installation to complete for it. Shouldn't take too long. It's an SSD, so we shall see. Alright, this part of the Windows install is actually going to be doing the install of all the drivers and starting the services so that Windows can get prepared to start working. It's installing all the drivers. So once this is done, we just go through the setup. Then once we get to the setup, we'll be on the desktop, and then I will do a comparison with this and then the other drive. This one should be a lot faster, so we shall see.
Hi there, I'm Cortana.
We are going to mute Cortana. But now we're at the welcome screen, so we'll go ahead and we will go ahead and finish the Windows setup here. Once Cortana is done talking. Going to be United States. US, skip. Next part is internet. We're going to go ahead and we will click skip for now. Normally when you connect to the internet it makes you do an online account. I don't want to do that. And then we're just going to type in owner for the name. Make it simple. Don't need a password. No on Cortana. Usually whenever I set up Windows I turn all these off. It's a bunch of stuff so that basically Windows has all this privacy settings. I just turn them all off so they don't get any of the information. And that's it. Now it's going to finish the last part of the setup and then go into the desktop. Alright, so it is now on the desktop, so now I have to connect it to the internet and be able to do any of the updates for Windows on this in order to get all the drivers and stuff installed, and then I'm going to test the speed of it booting up afterwards. Now that I'm connected to Wi-Fi, I'll go ahead and bring up Google Chrome. So, Microsoft Edge to download Google Chrome, because that's the only thing Microsoft Edge is good for, is downloading Google Chrome. I'm gonna download Google Chrome, check that, hit accept. Going to run the install for Google Chrome. Alright, it's gonna install Google Chrome. Alright, and then next I'm gonna just run Microsoft Update. So we're gonna go to settings. And go down to update and security. And then we're just going to double check for updates. So Google Chrome is downloading. Install. So here in the background, looks like we do have a bunch of updates that need to be installed. So we'll go ahead and we will let these install. These are going to be all of the drivers so that everything should be working on the computer. It shouldn't take... So while the updates are running, I actually wanted to show the specs on this. It's going to be probably a little bit hard to see, so zoom in the camera a bit. So this is actually a Pentium dual-core CPU at 2.1 gigahertz with only a 3 gigs of RAM. So this computer is not very powerful, but my mom doesn't want to keep it and doesn't want to purchase a new one. So that's why I installed the SSD to this in order to make it faster. So we shall see if it benefits it, but that other hard drive was really slow. So we shall see. Gonna let these updates continue, and I'll still be back after they are done. Alright guys, so after a bunch of resets, everything should be up to date on the computer. So here we can see that all the drivers are installed here once it does come up. So the drivers are installed on the computer, so everything is good there. On here, Windows was able, when it connected to the internet, it was able to activate Windows. So Windows is activated down here, so we're good there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shut down the computer, and then I'm going to see how snappy it is now once everything has been downloaded. Alright, so the computer is completely up, so we're going to go ahead and turn it on and see how long it takes. I'm going to put another timer up here, and then we're going to see how long this takes to get to the desktop, and then how fast I can click on stuff. Alright, press the power button, let's see. Wow, that was actually really fast. So, yeah, so we're back at the desktop here. Go ahead and I can click on like this PC to bring it up. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on Google Chrome. See how fast it comes up. So yeah, that definitely came up a lot faster than before. So on here, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to look up some cats. Everybody loves cat videos. So, yeah, so everything on the internet works, obviously. But yeah, so you can see how snappy it was to be able to close and open up Google Chrome. It was a lot faster than before. That other drive was good. I just had reinstalled Windows to it recently, so everything should have been good, but it was just slow. It's one of a spinning hard drive, so this is a lot better. So in my opinion, I think if you have an older computer that you just want to breathe new life into and you don't want to spend a lot of money, I think putting any SSD into it is a good idea. An SSD will bring it up so it's a lot faster to boot up and shut down. Pretty much anything that acts as the hard drive, such as loading programs and anything like that, it just breathes new life into it. So I think it was well worth it. It has helped out this computer a lot. But yeah, I think that it's worth it, especially on older computers. Yeah, I'm going to end up doing it on my mom's other computer as well. She has two of them. but she really likes this one first, so this is her one now. But I think for a dual core with 3 gigs of RAM, that has actually worked out really well for it. Alright guys, go to the outro. Alright guys, that is my review on the SSD. I will have an Amazon link in the description below. If you guys did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you guys want to leave me a comment for any future videos, please leave them in the comment box down below. Alright, thanks guys. Peace.